The First Lady of Nigeria has broken her silence on the feud between Senate President xual Akpabio and Natasha Akpabio S over the sexual harassment allegations. While speaking to journalists ahead of International Women's Day, the First Lady said the Senate chamber should be a place of honor, not controversy, and urged Nigerian women to assert themselves in leadership positions by shutting down any form of sexual harassment.
I believe that Senate is doing what is needful because that's what it is. It's an inside place and it's a matured chambers. We shouldn't be hearing things like that. It's a matured chamber and it should be treated with respect. It's an honor for you to be in that place alone. I was there for 12 years, even in my younger days, and I'm still trying to look young, you know. But people compliment you all the time. Only that, just put your place in yourself. Women, raise yourself high. Don't be in a position that men will be talking to you. You can always shut them down before they start. So all
guys, our First Lady has spoken concerning the matter of harassment that Senator Natasha accused our Senate President xual Akpabio of. Our First Lady said that women should present themselves in the way that they will not be harassed by men. And Mama, our mommy, Mrs. Tinubu, you should have expatiated, you should have elaborated so that we will understand how should women present themselves so that men will not be harassing them. Mama, some of us, this your talk did not go down well with us. Anyway guys, watch the video. Let me know your thoughts in the comment section. Please like this video, comment and share, and subscribe to this YouTube channel. When we return, we'll continue.
The First Lady of Nigeria has broken her silence on the feud between Senate President xual Akpabio and Natasha Akpabio S over the sexual harassment allegations. While speaking to journalists ahead of International Women's Day, the First Lady said the Senate chamber should be a place of honor, not controversy, and urged Nigerian women to assert themselves in leadership positions by shutting down any form of sexual harassment.
I believe that Senate is doing what is needful because that's what it is. It's an inside place and it's a matured chambers. We shouldn't be hearing things like that. It's a matured chamber and it should be treated with respect. It's an honor for you to be in that place alone. I was there for 12 years, even in my younger days, and I'm still trying to look young, you know. But people compliment you all the time. Only that, just put your place in yourself. Women, raise yourself high. Don't be in a position that men will be talking to you. You can always shut them down before they start. So all the very best. Keep doing your best. Happy International Women's Day.
Happy International Women's Day to Senator Tinubu, First Lady of Nigeria. So many takeaways from her comments there, one of which, you know, she said that the Senate House is what did she say? For mature people, and it's supposed to be for mature minds. And the second, which we'll discuss after I take some tweets, is the fact that she said, you know, you'd have to find ways to shut men down before they sexually harass you. I mean, that's a comment from First Lady of Nigeria. Let me take Rinu Oduwala's tweet. She wrote, 9 years ago, she was also disrupting and creating controversy in the Nigerian Senate. She pulled up an old video. Let's take a look at that video.
Distinguished colleagues, order. Why I'm taking order. Order, distinguished Senator Tinubu. Somebody's on the floor. On that side. Mr. President, distinguished colleagues, why I'm taking us through this thing is because the nation is watching us.
All right, we said nations. I mean, there you have it. I mean, we are not at all encouraging the sort of disruptiveness on the show. We have talked about decorum and how important it is for the senators to show decorum when they are on the floor of the Senate. And that really is the main point. I mean, what is good for the goose is good for the gander. I'd like a comment from you because I'd like to also touch more on the issues that were raised about sexual harassment.
I thank you. So when this matter started, one of the people that some Nigerians had called on to speak up was the First Lady, Senator Remi Tinubu. One, because of her position as the First Lady of the nation and a woman who has positioned herself as a women's rights gender advocate. And then second as well, because of her history and experience as having been a senator of the Federal Republic of Nigeria, a woman at that. So it was expected that she would understand some of the peculiarities of the challenges that women in the chambers face and be able to speak objectively to this matter. Unfortunately, I'm not sure if people would feel if some people might not feel disappointed by some of the comments made by her, with due respect. And I say this because more than ever, she understands how tensions can get high and how, as a woman in a place where you're in the minority, you feel the need to speak up for your rights. We saw, thank God that the internet never forgets, and we saw that video. In fact, remember how that debacle between her and Senator Dino Melaye went on for so long that Dino Melaye came to Lagos on body loan and said he was in front of her house, let her do her worst. And a lot of Nigerians spoke up for her and spoke up for the injustice at this point. And she herself didn't need a lot of voices. Look at when they were shouting, order, order, she asserted herself.
Yes.
Thankfully for her, no one invited her to come before an ethics committee to defend her actions in the chambers. I wonder what the difference between that time and now is. One, was it a question of the leadership at the time? The fact that the leader was able to understand her stance and wasn't the leader in the direct eye of the storm, so he was able to be objective in this matter. Because that's the conversation we're also having, and I'm glad you said that, a judge and a jury in his own matter. Senator Akpabio is a principal actor in this situation. He ought to has been advised by well-meaning Nigerians to at least recuse himself. I said earlier on, even if it were for the optics alone, to show that in the chambers, things are done properly, and I'm a man of integrity. Therefore, I'm willing to subject myself to investigation to prove the fact that I am not, all these things you've said. But unfortunately, that didn't happen. What made matters worse is that it seemed as if her voice was further oppressed and depressed because she wasn't allowed to speak at all. She had to put in the mic, and then her mic was switched off, and she was unceremoniously walked out. It doesn't speak well at all for Nigeria or for women. And I said it earlier, 4 down to 3. Yes. I hope the other 3 female senators will survive in the House where it has become a gentleman's club.
Mama, our First Lady, Mrs. Remi Tinubu, if Senator Natasha were your daughter or your sister, is this the way you would talk about this matter? Is this the way you would talk if she had come to you and complained that somebody, her colleague, her senior colleague, is harassing her? Is this the way you are going to talk about the matter? Shadowly, that women should present themselves the way that they will not be harassed by men. How are women supposed to present themselves? See the way they just judged this matter. Within 1 week, they just seal it. They just pass judgment that this woman has been suspended for 6 months without pay. A person that is representing a constituency, a person that people voted into office to represent them, they will not have a representative for 6 months. Whatever that happens to their people, it doesn't concern our Senate presidents. This thing is not good. This matter, there was no investigation even made. They said that the matter is dead on arrival. This thing is not fair. Mama, our First Lady, Mrs. Remi Tinubu, we expected more from you. But of course, man, everything goes in Nigeria. Anything can happen, allegedly, in Nigeria. Lies can be flying up and down, allegedly, in Nigeria. Anything goes. Anything goes. Somebody will do something because they have upper hand, because they are high and mighty. They will get away with it scot-free. Saying that women should present themselves the way they should. How should women present themselves? So men like Ekus die. Even the one we pay for coffin, then go they follow that Ekus. Even when you tell them no, then go still want to follow that person. And remember, this is not the first time women has accused our Senate president of sexually harassing them. This is not the first time, and it takes courage for anybody, for any female senator to do what Senator Natasha did. Now, this is like they have silenced the voice of women in that Senate house, or even most women in Nigeria. Some people are being harassed by their boss, some people are being harassed by their pastors, some people are being harassed by their priests, some people are being harassed by their bosses in the office, some people are being harassed by their doctors. And now if women come outside and say, they will be like, oh, why are you disgracing yourself and your family? In fact, some women will not even have the courage and boldness that Senator Natasha has to come out and say it, because they will say, if somebody as strong as Senator Natasha could not get justice, or her case was not even investigated, or even the person he accused did not even submit himself to be investigated, how much more me? Nah, make I just keep my calm, make I just relax, let me leave it in the hands of God. And this is what God has given us, the capacity and the ability to handle our own matter. We'll be leaving it for God because of corruption, because of injustice. Hey, Nigeria, we can build a better nation. We can build a nation that our future generation will be proud of us. That is if we want to, because God has given us the ability and capacity to be whatever we want to be in this life. It's just that ourselves, now they take our hand, they decide how we want to live our lives. Now our politicians, they just decide how Nigerian citizens go they live their lives. Anyway, guys, I will see you in my next video. Please like this video, comment and share, and subscribe to this YouTube channel. Turn on the post notification so that anytime we upload a new video, you will be the first to get notified. Thank you for watching. I will see you in my next video. Have dominion and stay safe. Bye bye.